You know what we need here?
But that's all right. It's me and you. We got a special kind of friendship.
I am not your friend.
Sure you are. Fishing buddy?
Hello.
What's going on? So yeah, if you didn't hear it, I was yelling at Anima before the show. I said, what we need here is a anti-whining ordinance. That Pop Culture Minefield. No fucking whining.
I wasn't whining.
No minging. I fucking love that word.
So you want to close the channel? Because you understand much of what we do is whine, right?
I don't whine.
No, you never whine, Gary, ever.
Bitching about things is not whining. Also, having an idea of how things should be is not bitching. That is stating the obvious. Whining is like, we need to blah. You need to blah. And it's like, no use for that. No use for it. So who's in the house right now? We got Snorty, first in the house. John Whitaker, second. And third in the house, 11 Alpha's here. What's up, buddy?
And
Penny. Hi,
exactly.
Penny. Yeah, James is here. What's up, James?
Happy Saturday, guys.
I'm suddenly reminded of Billy Joel and Piano Man when the regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me making love to his tonic and gin. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I love that song.
Hi, Sharon.
Hey.
But, so, by the way, some of the better shows on YouTube, like Rick Beato and the Professor of Rock, I pay a lot of attention to these guys, and I love the criticism that they are laying at Rolling Stone and Time Magazine. Or was it the New York? No, I'm sorry, New York Times. Critics, giving their top 10 list of the best artists still working. And they included that guy that played the Super Bowl as being a major impact and influence on rock and roll. I'm like, nobody fucking even listens to that guy.
Oh, that bunny clown?
Bunny guy. Yeah.
In rock and roll?
Yeah. In music, in popular music.
That's ridiculous.
So wait a second. So Rick Beato, who I will fucking listen to that guy any day of the fucking week. Nobody understands music like that guy. And then there's another guy who loves music, and classic rock in particular, is the Professor of Rock. And I watch both their shows, every new show. I never miss an episode. And by the way, Rick Beato and Professor of Rock, have both done a fantastic job interviewing every member of the police individually. And I got to tell you, great shows. If you don't subscribe to him, Rick Beato. It looks like Beato, Beato, but it's Rick Beato. And he's not only a classic rocker himself, he is an amazing fucking teacher of how music is done, what works, what doesn't work, why it doesn't work. I love how he tears apart most modern pop. He says every once in a while he'll have something nice to say about a new song because it shows some sort of originality. But most don't. They follow the same structures, and it's just a wall of sound with a lot of it. That's really it. And it's not like I don't like a wall of sound occasionally when it works for the song. But for the most part, I want to hear songs with a distinct melody, great hooks. Hooks are important in popular music, period. If you can't write a fucking hook, Billie Eilish, you should get the fuck out of music, Billie Eilish.
Private chat, Gary.
Hey, you know what? I don't need dick pics, right? Oh.
First things first, Billy needs to give back that stolen land that she lives on.
Yeah, right? Thank you, Anima. deeply. So that should help it there. Is it better?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know when it switched. If it was doing it before the show, I would have loved to
It
have been told.
wasn't. It wasn't. I would have told
So it
you.
switched when we were live. All right.
Yeah.
So, but I had one complaint about this movie as far as the soundtrack went. Man, you had the perfect song for this fucking movie out there, and they used some crappy pop hip hop song
Oh, that was so bad.
instead of Kid Rock's Cowboy, which has it's a great little tune, great lyrics, and it's got a great hook. I want to be a cowboy, baby. I fucking love that song. Love that song. Good soundtrack though. It's a great soundtrack on this.
I thought you would have wanted the Joker.
Oh my God, Shinatsky's here.
Because it starts with "Some people call me the Space Cowboy."
Yep. I like that song. That's a classic. Hold on. Alpha said something here. Rolling Stones specifically lowered Eric Clapton several times on list. Let me tell you something. Billy Joel didn't get one good criticism from Rolling Stone magazine until Nylon Curtain. Multi-albums. All of his albums went multi-platinum, but Rolling Stone shit all over him for like a decade. Fucking Rolling Stone can suck a dick. They stopped being a legitimate magazine the minute they were bought, and it became a corporate shill, and everything changed. That's why what's his name, Gonzo writer Hunter S. Thompson, he blasted him, openly blasted him for being corporate shills, and only going from the late 70s, focusing solely on the big rockers to help sell more of the magazine, rather than being like it used to be, kind of focused on indie rock and focusing on the best songwriters at the time, and let's not even get started on what they did to Led Zeppelin. Anybody know what they did?
Nope.
Shinatsky?
Nope, not off the top of my head.
They shit all over Led Zeppelin for album after album, hated them. And finally, somebody called them out and said, "Hey, man, what the fuck is wrong with you? These guys are one of the number one rock bands," and did become the number one rock band for a while. And all you do is shit on their music. And they're out there making different sounds. They're not trying to sound like anybody. Like, what's your fucking beef? So they went back, reanalyzed, and said, "You know what? We need to rethink our approach." And then they went back and did each album and gave them good reviews. But I will point out, at the time, do you know how they got their name? Led Zeppelin?
No.
Anybody?
A review.
No, but it sounds nice.
Because
it's a funny little anecdote.
Because the critics said that they were akin to a Led Zeppelin. In other words, they were just going to crash and burn.
Nope. It was Keith Moon, the drummer for The who heard them play live. And he says, "Man, they're going to go over like a lead balloon," is what he said. And they liked that because he loved them. He actually liked them. But he just felt that they weren't going to go over well with the public. And he was so wrong. They hit right at the right time for that kind of rock and roll. I like Peter Schilling's Major Tom Coming Home better than Bowie's Space Oddity. Look, Tom Schilling's version, though, is new wave, really. And it's
a different song.
It's a different version of the same lyrics. And I agree with you. I actually prefer it over Bowie's. But, man, if that song comes on with David Bowie, I'm fucking listening. I'm that big of a Bowie fan. But no, I totally get what you're saying, dude. And they shit all over Eric Clapton too early on. And this is the thing that's funny and ironic, is when Led Zeppelin came out, they basically said they just wish they were Cream. That's all they're doing. They sound like a band trying to be Cream, which, of course, Eric was the guitarist for and did some vocals. Donald must have been in a Western. I'm going to tell you, three of the men in this movie are cowboys. They're guys that loved riding horseback, owned horses, and spent a lot of time on them. And that's James Garner, Clint Eastwood, and Tommy Lee Jones. In fact, in an interview, he said all he ever really wanted to be was a cowboy, you know, and to make movies. I want to make movies, and I want to be a cowboy. And no shit, that's why he's the way he is. He is just, he does not put up with nonsense with people, which is so funny when you go back to what he said to Jim Carrey and when they were in Batman Forever.
I just can't stand your buffoonery.
I cannot abide your buffoonery was the quote. I just cannot abide your buffoonery. I really don't like you. That's like great. I fucking love that. You know?
Socks is here.
Hi, Socks. What's up, man? Keeping Mikey Sutton alive, one post at a time, brother. God bless you.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. Hi, Socks.
That's what he does. Socks, wonderful. There was a Led Zeppelin concert movie. The song remains the same. Yeah, I've seen it. It's good. Hi, Parrothead. How you doing? Yeah, I stopped coloring my facial hair, and I mean, it could, but the camera I got's better, so it actually you can see my hair on my face now. It's not all blurred. But Donald did do a Western with Kiefer, but Westerns weren't his thing. You know, it wasn't his forte. He was very good at dramas and thrillers and comedy too. God damn his comical timing. He and Elliot Gould did another movie together called Spies, and I think they did one more. I think it was called Gas, with like 3 S's at the end. I love Donald Sutherland. I miss him. He was one of my favorite actors. Let's see.
And who can forget his turn in Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
That movie is fun, and I want us to do that movie. I like that film. Rutger Hauer, fucking Paul Rubens, with the single best outtake that's put into the credits at the end of the movie, where he just keeps dying. Oh
no, there was a funny story with that because was it Sarah Michelle Gellar was friends with Keith Sutherland. So when she mentioned him that he was doing Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I was like, wait, I think my dad was in that movie.
Yeah, that
Wait,
was
they're doing a TV show. Well, good luck. And
Yes.
then after it was a big hit, he was like, well, what the fuck do I know?
Yeah, but I got to tell you, I liked that movie. I prefer it over the TV series. And I watched a few episodes of season 1 of Buffy, and I just wasn't interested in it.
It doesn't really get.
I'm not a fan of the creator
until about the second season. Then it gets real good around season 3.
Well, I followed the spinoff series Angel. I liked that show. In fact, I became a fan of David Boreanaz because of that show. I'm like, he's fucking good. But I didn't like it. There just all the DEI was showing its feathers in that show, and it bugged the shit out of me. So both Donald and Kiefer had appeared in 2 cult classic vampire movies. Kiefer was in Lost Boys, and Donald was in Buffy. Yeah.
Yeah, and another tie to it, Spike was obviously based upon David, who he played in The Lost Boys.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, clearly. Hold on, I want to go back to that one. Forsaken, 2015, seems to be Donald's only traditional Western. And that's the one he did with his son, right? Isn't that it?
I don't know. I didn't see it, so I don't know the name of the movie.
All right, I'm going to freeze because I'm going to have to look it up.
Frozen Gary is the best Gary.
Man, I
Sometimes.
wish it was cold in here. Yeah, it's a revisionist Western, which a lot of the modern Westerns are. And yep, that's one with Kiefer. So there we go.
Was
So,
he ever on 24? Because you think that they would have gotten him at some point for that.
Well, I can look this up.
Yeah.
Sutherland did with Donald. Because it's odd, they were very close, but they just didn't do very much together.
Like
Kiefer
him.
Sutherland's father acted together in 4 films. That's right, because he's in that movie. Max Dugan Returns. Kiefer's in that movie. They first shared a screen in 1983 comedy Max Dugan Returns, where Kiefer made his film debut in a very minor role. The two stars reunited in 96 to do A Time to Kill, which is a good movie. The Western Forsaken, the latter marking their first substantial on-screen partnership as father and son. But I don't see the 4th one. What is the 4th one? I'm not finding it here.
No clue.
Yeah, I'm not seeing what the 4th one is. So, but look, Donald Sutherland did some interesting films, and his dive into science fiction is one of my favorites because he was in the 1978 remake of, or readaptation of the book
Puppet
Invasion of the Body
Masters.
Snatchers. No, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And then later, and it's funny because both books were about communism, the Red Scare. And so you had that with Invasion and then with the Puppet Masters, which, you know what, I would say it's about 85% good.
What?
And then,
85. Yeah.
Then 15%. I just was like, oh, come on, man. Very extraneous in some points, but I got to tell you, it's still a good film, and I wouldn't mind us doing that. Like if we do Donald Sutherland one day, I would not mind doing Puppet Masters and Invasion.
Thank you very much. I love
because they're both 2 great sci-fi films, and but he also did some great comedies like MASH, Spies, and then Gas were comedies, and then he made a killing playing villainous characters in the 70s. Eye of the Needle, also a movie that we did. It doesn't feel like it was all that long ago, but it was like towards the end of last year, maybe early this year, was when the Eagle has landed, with the Germans that go into an English village with Michael Caine. Very good film.
Last year, I think.
Yeah, we did.
It seemed like it was towards the end of the year because it doesn't feel like it was all that long ago. Even though we're already now like about in June, which is weird. This year has gone by super fast for me. Yeah, Eye of the Needle is the one I brought up a second ago. It's a thriller. It did not do well. Got panned by a lot of critics, but I think it's a halfway decent film. It's a classic story of a woman falling in love with an operative. An English woman falling in love with a fucking Nazi spy. Donald Sutherland was in the movie Disclosure, which was based on the novel Michael Crichton about a male worker at a computer company who is sexually harassed by his female boss. Yeah, people act like that doesn't happen. Technically, I was too, but she actually didn't mean anything by it. My boss, female boss, found out that if she said sexy things to me, she would make me blush. I would turn beet red. And she would use she was a biker chick. She was tough, like nails. I mean, rough. Great lady, though. A lot of fun. A good person to go hang out with and get drunk with. And, but man, oh man, when she discovered my weakness, and she would just fucking do that to me constantly and embarrass me. Man, And I could have said, I could have gone to HR, don't harass me, but she didn't do it with intent. Past the fact that she liked fucking with me, she thought it was funny. Yeah, The Eagle Has Landed is a pretty good novel and a pretty good movie. I would put that as not great, but really fucking good. The movie's better than the book, in my opinion, too. I don't like him rough. I was not into her. There's a certain thing with a woman who is a real fucking woman that I like. Just saying, honey, if you listen to me.
You like it when I smack you. Because you deserve it, of course.
But you hit like a gnat, so it's not rough.
Fuck you.
So, Michael Caine, you're only meant to blow the bloody back doors off. Yep.
Breach. Hi, 6.
Hi, 6.
Hi. What's night comment will 6 say today? Spin the wheel. And let's see.
Direct all your ire at Shanatsky. It's worth it.
She does it anyway, so might as well go along with it.
What did you do to deserve it, Chen?
I was myself. Apparently that's enough.
Yeah, it is.
All right, for the breach, here you go.
Strong. I'm gonna go check the back door. Back door.
It's crazy that this movie is old and the movie is about how old they are. So they're even older now.
And the other interesting thing is because like even at the time, I'm like, Tommy Lee Jones is a lot younger than these guys, and he's playing a guy older than what he is. Because they were born in all of them but one were born in the 30s. James Garner was born in 1928. Okay. So they're all within a few years of each other, except for Tommy, who was born 16 years later in 1946. I mean, he's younger than Harrison Ford playing an older guy in this movie.
But they made it work. And he said it right in the interview. You believe it, right? That these guys are going up together. And yes, we believe it. Absolutely.
Yeah. But I will tell you, astronauts love the movie for the most part. They love it because it makes being an astronaut awesome. But one astronaut took absolute umbrage with the fact that he said, I am not a cowboy. And like I said, he kind of was not happy with that calling them cowboys. But you got to realize that these guys were fighter jocks.
Also, it's just the 4 of them. All the other astronauts in this are normal. Only those 4 are cowboys. So please.
So there is a cowboy element to it. Plus, in real life, Tommy Lee Jones wanted 2 things in his life: to act and to be a cowboy. He loved it. And you have, like I said, 3 cowboys in this movie. You've got him, Tommy Lee. You've got Clint Eastwood and James Garner. All of them big horsemen. They love doing westerns. And Garner did one of my favorite ones, which is Support Your Local Sheriff. Good movie.
Well, it's also an ironic title because space is often associated with the future and cowboys are associated with the past.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the irony of the name. Yeah, I get it. By the way, that's Toby Stephens. He was supposed to be our new Doctor Who. They even filmed the transformation scene with him. And then shit went DEI. And we went female instead. He does an incredible physical impression of Clint Eastwood. The other thing that's kind of interesting is all of the actors, Donald Sutherland, James Garner, Clint Eastwood, Tommy Lee Jones, and Cromwell, all dubbed the voices of the other actors. Those aren't the voices of the actors. It's the older actors dubbing their voices in place so that you understood who everybody was by their accent. in the way they spoke.
And it makes sense to make them sound like themselves because they wouldn't have sounded that much different a couple decades
But
ago.
Stephens does a great facial impression of Clint Eastwood, down to the snarl and the eyebrows. It's fucking great. And oddly, it looked like a young Clint Eastwood.
Yeah,
We also basically get, because this is what I refer to as a perfect introduction, because you know each character perfectly of who they are just from this opening scene, you know, and that's the way you're supposed to do that when you have like an ensemble cast like this. It's, if you go back to the single best character introduction in cinema, in my opinion, and it's not just mine, I know there are quite a few others, cinephiles, that feel this way, is Murder on the Orient Express, the original that came out in the 70s. And Sean Connery, you know, Albert Finney, all that, Maggie Smith, they're all in that movie. And we get to see each character introduced at the beginning of the film. It's brief, but it tells us who each character is. It gives us their personality and their position in the forthcoming crime as to why they are a suspect. And then they remake the fucking, or readapt the Agatha Christie story with Kenneth Branagh, and none of that's there. And it's really I don't like that movie. I don't like that movie. Now, Haunting in Venice was good, but I didn't like Murder Express or Murder on the Nile or Death on the Nile.
The problem is, and this wasn't from me, it was from some YouTuber that was doing video essays on it. Kenneth Branagh wants to turn Perot into Batman. That's the problem.
Yep. Not interested. I missed something. There was something Gambit said. Where was that?
No, he was just saying hello.
Oh, okay. That's all. James Garner had been known for his character Jim Rockford on the TV series The Rockford Files. And before that, he was known as the Western comical TV series. I forgot his name. Mel Gibson did a
Maverick
movie. Maverick. I fucking love that show. Yeah.
I mean, to me, the best introduction ever for a character is McCready in The Thing. Because not only does that introduce him, tell you everything about him, it tells you how the movie's going to end.
I really hate they left out the one, wide shot in his hut, is that you see the sex doll sitting across from him against the bed. And I thought that was funny as shit because we saw it in photo, but they cut it out of the film.
I think they didn't. I think they wanted to make him more serious. That kind of risks undermining it.
Because one of the inside jokes is that the computer personality, by the way, voiced by John Carpenter's actual soon-to-be ex-wife, Adrienne Barbeau. But when he says it and dumps the drink in there, it was supposed to cut to show the love doll when he says, cheating bitch.
Now, I am more partial to the introduction of Darth Vader. I mean, have you seen that video in which
a dog is a very good introduction to his character?
A dog is watching the movie, and when Darth Vader appears, the dog gets scared,
and jumps off the sofa to hide.
Yeah.
Something wrong right about that guy. Wait, what is this, Slasher Fred?
Are we paused for a reason here?
Yeah, because I wanted to bring up the chimpanzee part.
Okay.
Another movie that was very realistic is Destination Moon. So we got this, and they find out here that it's not them, it's going to be a fucking chimpanzee that goes up into space first.
I think they are not as upset that it's a chimpanzee, but how much is the colonel enjoying that shit?
Yeah.
The humiliation.
And in the end, he's the biggest fraud in the world by the end of this movie.
But he sees no consequence. He never faced consequence.
Well, this is a common theme. This is a universal theme. The idea that you could have almost been great. You could have almost done something amazing if things had just gone differently. And that's basically the crux of the entire story. One of them gets to go to the moon at the end, which is what he wanted to do. NASA. We'll play golf on the moon.
Dude, I
just so you know, Gambit, I did that at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. I was exhausted. So I fixed it. Thanks for pointing that out, because I wouldn't have even noticed it.
Shen,
so the video
I do not.
I
do not agree with you that that's the message. The message of the movie is, even in your old age, you can blackmail your way to things you really, really want.
What you want, what you really, really want.
Oh God! Stop!
I'll tell ya.
Stop! Stop right now.
No, that song's in my head now. Thanks. Who said it? I swear to God.
Martin.
Who said really want first? God damn you, Martin.
If you're gonna curse my name, you have to do it like Kirk cursing Cam.
Martin. There you go. James Garner served in Korea, as an infantryman and was twice wounded. I once saw the movie The First Man, which is I don't like that movie because they took out his patriotism and the whole America thing. It's like, because this movie is for everybody. We're the ones who did it. You can go suck a fucking dick. So I would not review the movie. I wouldn't even watch it because I found out that they did that. And nope, not going to do it. Capricorn 1, good movie. Good movie, fun movie.
Yep. O.J. Simpson's best performance outside of pretending to be a decent human being.
I think his best performance was in Court. So anyway, this movie has a lot of, astronauts love it, but at the same time they tear it apart. And it's not just over the astronaut stuff that they had little problems with, but was from the fact that physics that they use in this movie are just nowhere close to reality. And it doesn't properly show the training process, how rigorous.
They don't have time for that, I think.
They show one scene and they show it wrong, which is the biggest complaint by astronauts is the centrifuge. And it does not work that way, and that's there for a reason. So anyway.
Well, let's face it. For how old they are, they would probably not be okayed for going into space.
Well, they could, as long as they don't have a bum ticker or high blood pressure. And because before this movie, Neil Armstrong, was it Neil Armstrong? No. John Glenn went into space in the 70s.
Well, Shatner, he didn't get into space.
To the border of space.
Yeah, but he was but he's 97 when he did it. Okay?
Yep. I fucking love Shatner. Oh, God. I just cannot express the fucking passionate love I feel for that man. He's like a father figure in so many ways to so many people like us that grew up on him. Just an amazing dude.
Though his reaction was one of the most depressing things.
Yeah, that chase scene was the worst chase scene. And then they reenacted it and showed real footage in the movie about O.J. Simpson and the murder trial. And boy, oh boy, I'm like, worst action scene ever. You are so right, James. You expect a better chase scene with a black guy running from the cops.
Oh, come
Reminds
on.
me of a shirt I found.
That's racist.
Oh my god. Has a white
How dare
Bronco
you.
on it. Yeah. Yeah, and by the way, at the time they did this movie, he was still going by that. But he started getting more and more popular in American films, and he eventually changed it. And I mean, it's still his name, but he basically spelled it phonetically for Americans. And my favorite role that Roddy ever played was as the father of the main villain, who's also a villain in the movie The Saint with Val Kilmer. And I think that was Elizabeth Shue.
I don't know. I enjoyed.
Love that movie.
That's an awesome role, but I prefer him in Snatch. Boris the Blade.
Yeah, Boris the Blade.
Damn.
That was a lot of fun. He's a great character. He also has an interesting scene, couple scenes actually. One of them got edited out in the movie Eyes Wide Shut. I would kill to see the fucking director's cut of that movie. And on top of that, I think the movie got him killed because of some of the implications in it. Because if you pay attention at the end when they're in that toy store with their kid, the kid just wanders off and ends up with these two men that we have seen following Tom the whole movie. And she goes up to them and just turns her corner out of their sight. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? You know what it means. I think that was a subtle thing that Kubrick was putting in there about the sex trafficking that goes on in Hollywood. He's been criticizing it since Lolita, because he criticized it in that.
Well, he didn't do any one specific group. I mean, you can look up
he goes
in the
out of his way
Kubrick
to
archive
not
some of the
target.
books he did.
He targets certain people, but he never names names or is overly obvious what he's saying. But like when you watch the opening scene with Humboldt, when he comes in to the pedo's house after they had a party and everybody's gone, and he's laying there in a toga in a chair, and when he gets up, makes a joke. He goes, "Hey, I'm," and what name does he pick? Anybody?
No.
Spartacus. He says, "Hey, I'm Spartacus." And that was the film that he did previous to this as director. And who did he work with that played Spartacus? Kirk Douglas. And what has Kirk Douglas had rumors about him for years? Being a young girl. He likes to rap. So he's a rappist.
Natalie Wood said something about
Her sister, who saw and spoke to her about stuff, said that about Kirk Douglas, and I believe it. I absolutely believe it. I'm not saying he's not a great fucking actor. I'm saying that behind that, he's a fucking evil man. Administer the testicle clamps, Lucy Lawless, Euro Trip. Hey, we got to do Euro Trip. I fucking love that movie.
Please.
I want to watch this so badly.
The train scenes with what's his name? Did Portlandia? Oh my god, when he plays the Italian, excuse me. And he's sitting there, and he's clearly had sex with somebody in that room, and nobody knows who it is. Like they're all looking at each other, like, what did he do? I feel so, violated, but I don't know how. He's sitting there with, oh my God, he's got the sock. What's it called? That holds socks up. The women wear them for stockings, and men wear them low on garters. Yes, they hold up the sock. Sitting there, no pants on. He's still got his suit jacket, tie, and shirt. And you can see his dress shoes and socks being held up by garters. And it's like he's just sitting there, and his legs are apart, and he's smoking. And it's like, Jesus fucking Christ, what happened? Yeah. And she ends up the punchline of a fucking joke from the 80s. Like, what kind of wood doesn't float?
Oh, God.
Oh.
Yeah. That was everywhere in the 80s, that joke. Yeah. Alpha also, thank you, sir. You also knew. Euro Trip had 3 TV actors, Lucy Lawless, Michelle Trachtenberg and Kristen
Crook.
Something we had played Clark Kent's girlfriend, Lana Lang, on Smallville. And I think she's a little sex pod. She really is. And boy, oh boy, she could have been in serious trouble over that cult and her involvement in it. Hey, I wish I knew it.
Yeah.
And I wish I could sing.
They are turning this show into a Eurotrip show.
We really
didn't really like that movie. Sorry.
It is pretty much a beloved film. I know there are a few people who don't like it. I get it, but man, oh man, I fucking love that movie.
Yeah, I mean, one may not be in agreement with it, but people has the right to be evil. So,
or you're European Martin at this point. It's like people have the right to be evil. It's like, okay, so what crimes did you commit?
You didn't like Eurotrip.
Trying to justify.
If you don't like Eurotrip, you're certified evil.
Oh, please. It's like, you don't like a movie, therefore you're evil. I don't know. I thought, being a Hollywood abuser made you evil, but I guess apparently not.
I put anybody who abuses children and anybody who sexually abuses children, and as well as just physical abuse, psychological abuse, and anybody who does that with women are just fucking evil in my book. Let's see. So Trachtenberg, I'm trying to remember how she fucking died, because she died only a year ago.
Complications to transplant, I think. Yeah. She got a transplant, and I think she had diabetes as well. So overall, bad health.
Complications from diabetes. That's what I heard.
And that's why I keep getting really good reports on all my labs. And the only thing they were concerned about at one point was some of my increased levels with my kidneys, but that their function's back to normal the last test, and my liver's fine. So
what I hate, because certain food industries decide they would buy out the food pyramid, we basically destroyed the health of this nation, so some industry people could make extra couple $100 million a year.
It's not just the pyramid, it's all the additives that are allowed in the United States that need to be fixed and forbidden. It's so bad what they put in your food.
Yep.
What they're allowed to put in just to produce it cheap. They sell their products on the European market with a different recipe that is less bad. How can they not do that for you? I will never understand that.
So this is a creepy for me.
I don't know.
I paused it so I could talk about it because you guys were talking, so I do want to get into this. Donald Sutherland's character is a Lothario, and I immediately picked up, even though I haven't seen this movie since 2000 when it came out. It's the last time I saw it, and it took me a minute to catch it, and it's like, yeah, you can see it that there's something wrong here, and it's like that is his associate that he's banging, clearly banging.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you've got these people, Lotharios. I don't like them, to be honest with you. I've had friends who were, and they're unscrupulous users of women for sex. It's all about sex with them. And he during the interview with on the Tonight Show, he brings up, women who want to have a ton of orgasms. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. And Anima Lassie goes, that sounds like you. And I'm like, I would never say that. Like,
you say dirty shit all
you
the
would
time.
say worse.
I say dirty shit. I would not say worse shit than that, but mine would be going another direction, because that is just that is a brag, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I think you shouldn't do that. By the way, guess who that is? That guy in the shirt.
Oh,
the sunglasses. That's John Hamm. He's one of the little pilots in this scene. That's him right there talking to him. First role, John Hamm. He got a speaking role too. It's not just an extra. He's actually got a talking part. So he's an actor in this movie. Got paid by SAG for saying his lines. In fact, I would bet he probably got into SAG because of this movie. Slovaks don't like how Bratislava was portrayed in Eurotrip. I was in Bratislava during an eclipse once. That was kind of trippy. The absinthe trippy, but still weird. Yeah, I've always wanted to try real absinthe. I've tried absinthe that they sell, and it's not the same.
No, I've seen picture of Bratislava. It looks like a very beautiful place.
By the way, this is a great vomit scene because that really looked like throw up.
That was so gross.
Big old
goop for it.
glob of it comes out of his mouth. It looked like real throw up coming out of his mouth. Sutherland was so recognizable in Eye of the Needle, The Dirty Dozen, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, The Disappearance, The Eagle is Landed. The only thing about The Eagle is Landed, he's got a terrible Irish accent.
I've always loved him being a hippie in World War II, which makes no sense, but it's fucking hilarious. Negative waves.
I know what you meant. Jeff Bridges in that one.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone. This is all right film for a Clint Eastwood film. I would have not made like this today. It will go straight into streaming service.
Well, almost anything is going straight into streaming services.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Well, this is the era where he basically was playing roles where I was retired and I'm coming out of retirement for something like this, In the Line of Fire. There's a couple
He
other
was
ones
that
like
age. I mean,
yeah.
Everything else wouldn't have been believable.
Even Bertolucci's 1900 came out in 1976, is where Donaldson rams through a cat and gets a blood stain all over his face. Ew.
Better than being killed by a midget in a raincoat.
Hello, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Oh, okay. Kelly's Heroes.
Yep.
I know that line. Like,
That
hey,
was a great
man.
movie.
Like, hey, man, well, why don't you knock it off with them negative waves? Fucking hippie in World War II. Like, the movie was made for its time, the 60s. The main theme song is a 60s song.
It was a Bible core, which is weird.
He behaved like a hippie until he was commanding that tank. Then it was another completely character.
Oh, the movie is 26 years old. It came out in 2000, so I don't even have to do any math.
Just like Tom Cruise's last girlfriend when he dumped her.
Oh, he finally crossed the 25 barrier. Now he's on 26.
And by the way, I like that movie. It's a pretty good film. It's a biopic about Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, how they got their name, and who helped them name the band. You know who it was? Real person. He's an actor. Won Oscars. A real guy.
Okay. Just
used to be kind of worked with a lot of gangsters and worked in the music industry and has a great singing voice in real life.
Sinatra?
No. Younger than Sinatra, a lot younger, but he's old now. We've seen him. We've done movies with him in it. Like, I'm afraid to give you a hint because it'll tell you who it is the minute I say it.
Just say it. I have no idea.
Well, I'll give you the hint of Lethal Weapon 2. Joe Pesci.
Ah.
Oh.
Joe Pesci helped them name the band because they're at the bowling alley called the Four Seasons.
Wait, Joe Pesci has tied with the mafia?
So
I thought the
by way,
mafia
if I
just
didn't
really
say it,
liked them.
hi, Bayana. Welcome. Good to see you, man. Love that avatar. That's so fucking creepy looking. A good guess, Venkman's girl. Good guess. By the way, I have a direct connection to him with his aunt because we knew her and my dad worked with her when he was doing engineering for a company. He was an engineer. Jersey Boys is about 12 years old. Is it that old already? Good God. And what's funny, I didn't watch that movie until last year. I finally broke down and watched it. And I enjoyed the shit out of that movie. I still own a copy. Well, actually, it wasn't the Four Seasons. It was the Seasons bowling alley. And then they took the name the Four Seasons from the bowling alley. I was wrong about Four Seasons, but the Seasons. And by the way, if you don't recognize her, she is an actress that has been in a lot of fucking movies and TV shows.
And TV movies.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorite shows she was in was the semi-comical detective series. What was the name of it, honey? We watched it, and I just forgot the name. It just slipped my mind. It was named after her, in the name of something or something like that. Where her son's the detective, and she's a lawyer.
So Help Us Todd?
Yes, So Help Us Todd. Thank you.
There you go.
And she always played moms. But the fact is, back in the 80s, she played a mall in one gangster movie, and she's fucking hot in it. By the way, who do you think is the oldest of the cast?
Clint.
Nope. He's 2 years younger than the oldest. Most of the actors in this movie were born in the 30s, and then a couple of them born in the 40s, playing old guys in this. But one of them was born in 1928. Anybody in the chat want to guess who the oldest is without Googling it? Nope. Tommy Lee Jones is the youngest. He was born in 1946. Clint Eastwood was born in 1930, I think. 30 or 31. Yep.
I think 30.
There you go. Alpha got it. James Garner, Maverick, is the oldest member of the cast. He was born in 1928.
Marcia Gay Hayden, she played the wife of the Brian Dennehy character in the TV movie in Broadlight. The one in
town. My God, that happened right here in Missouri, up north of me. And good God, that guy was fucking evil.
Yeah,
Brian Dennehy played that character to the hilt in that movie. And one person killed him, but they all circled around him to block it. And all of them claimed to not see who killed him. And the wife was terrified. And she tried to make it look like they were victimized. It's like, that fucking guy killed a man in that town, just murdered him. And got away with it. He had
terrorized the whole town. One single man.
He was an evil fucking bully. This is a great scene too, because they're all competing. They're always competing. Clint Eastwood and Tommy constantly competing with each other as to who sees better. Of course, Tommy wins because he goes all the way to the bottom. MADEINUSA. Oh, made in USA. All right.
Yeah, but one of them cheats and just memorizes what the other guy
does.
He doesn't teach shit.
Donald Sutherland is blind. Legally blind, and he just fucking rattles it off, covering one eye, and basically, he turned around as they're leaving, He has been doing this for years and memorized it. He goes through the whole thing
I
again.
may be blind, but my memory is perfect.
Yeah. Great scene.
And clearly another ginger in this movie, which I find it funny because Clint Eastwood has a thing for gingers. He really does. In the movie Tarantula, it's very hard to those eyes, Slasher Fred, those eyes give it away. I see him, and then when he talks, you can hear it because he's wearing his breathing mask because he's in a fucking jet fighter. And
what is not to like about gingers, gentlemen? I dare you to answer that wrongly.
Ginger is my kryptonite.
Yeah, but Hollywood is killing them, and I'm having a fucking hard time finding my shade of hair color.
Absolutely. I can even go look beyond the fact that the whole soul blackness. I don't care.
You kindly fuck off, Martin. Eat shit, you.
Listen, I'm fine as long as the carpet matches the drapes.
Oh, that's necessary.
Well, some gingers have dark hair down there.
It happens like my youngest sister is blonde and has green eyes, and her body hair is black, like dark black and thick. So weird shit like that happens. And she's a natural.
So when was she kidnapped by David Lopan?
No, we were kidding. The trolls swapped her out. Either that or the postman. And my mom took it.
I'll go with David Lopan. I'll go with David Lopan.
The thing is, she was born at home, so you never know.
And Gary's like, I only want green eyes.
Too bad mine are blue.
Yeah, but they're a nice blue.
Well,
they're not the scary, creepy kind. Because I married a woman with scary blue eyes, and it was unnerving when I met her.
Do you just need to be terrified to get a boner? Was that the whole thing?
No. Nope.
This is going a weird direction.
Yeah, I didn't go dirty. He's the one going dirty.
Gary is homosexual. He needs to be scared in order to be aroused.
Oh God, I'm terrified. Oh, I'm so horny now.
We owe 2 videos, so I'm going to get to them right now. First one being Snorties. Where's Snorty? There it is. Did we do the backdoor breach?
Nope.
That happened a few minutes ago.
No.
I know I did one video with Beavis and Butthead, so I'll do this one.
Yeah. Thanks for holding on to him, Louise.
That's weird. I left them right here by the back door. Oh, crap.
Back door, no crap.
See, I believe that Tommy Lee Jones is like Benjamin Button, but he never de-aged. He was just born old and remained old his entire life.
Damn. Damn. That doesn't sound healthy at all.
Nope.
I have no idea how to respond to that comment.
Go to a doctor, maybe.
By the way, I love gingers so much, I made one. That's my son, Sean. And he's a fucking ginger. Like
Hey.
Very
Is he
red
the one
hair.
with the rainbow hair? The crazy colored one? Or is that
No,
the
the
other
one
one?
on the right. No, the one on the right there.
Well, that's when he looks normal.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that. We don't. I
No,
don't
I'm
wanna
just
talk
saying,
about
when one of your friends has crazy
Hey.
rainbow hair, and he popped into my people you might know, and I'm like, who is that? And then I saw the last name, and I'm like, oh, that was funny.
it. No.
Hey, do you have a G word pass? Because, the term is offensive.
Whatever does not kill you only makes you stronger. Turn your head red.
Doesn't kill you, makes you stronger. Fuck you, Martin. Fuck you and the horse you rode in.
Oh, come on. He's in South America, but he doesn't have horses there.
No,
Yes,
he's
we
in
have.
Mexico.
In
No,
fact,
they ride on
From-
donkeys down there.
There
Oh
you
my
go,
God,
Anima.
this-
I just put the link in the private chat. That's my son Sean's Facebook page.
These ignorant first worlders. Oh my God.
Hey, I lived in Croatia, where the post takes for ages because in between cities it's transported on donkeys. So I get the joke. Like,
Croatia is not Central or South America.
Oh, great. So
Oh,
you guys just
right.
got
Yeah,
notification that the Second World War is over.
he's the other one. So Ben was the one popping into my people you might know.
Oh, Benjamin. Yeah, that was colorful because he's fucking weird.
Yeah.
My son is one of the most talented of my children and also the fucking weirdest. He's one of those gay people that does the dressing up with the makeup and everything and doing performance.
Drag?
Yeah, he's drag queen. He likes doing drag queen stuff. Grossed over 90 million in the United States. Yeah, get into that later.
Well, then he's probably hilarious because some of the funniest people are fucking drag queens.
I met some really funny drag queens.
I would say if this, because this is the thing of his movies that why Zaslav incorrectly disrespected him. That was his first fuck up. His second fuck up was hiring Saffron and James Gunn. And I'm like, well, he was doing so good and then fucking lost his mind. This is a Malpaso film, which is Clint Eastwood's company. He directed it, produced it. And like he said, the budget was between 60 and 65 million. One of the most expensive thing here was in designing the miniatures, shooting the miniatures, the mixture of miniature photography and CG. You can see the CG.
Early CG, right?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious when you see it, and but I don't
It
mind
still looks fine.
because a lot of the photography in it is done with real models of the stuff. They also use a lot of real footage of the actual shuttle, and there was CG done to the shuttle when it lands. That's the real shuttle landing, and I do believe that was the Columbia, which of course would fucking be destroyed on reentry 3 years later after this movie.
Hey, what happened?
God damn. What do you mean?
I had meth in the chat and then he disappeared.
The way you said that, I thought you said I had meth in the chat.
No, Mephisto. He was. I was about to bring his comment up and he disappeared.
I wonder if he deleted it on his end.
Possibly.
Why would you do that though?
But hi, Mephisto.
But when that happens, it always says comment deleted. This time, not even that.
Anyway, hi Math, hi Raiders.
Maybe just
Mav.
misspelled something. I've done that before. I always hate when that happens. You write out something and you thought on, but there's one little misspelling.
Yeah. Who doesn't hate that?
So you've got an Oktoberfest in the U.S. that's held in Michigan.
Oh, they copy it all over the world, even in Japan.
Where there's a lot of Germans, where they congregate. Because I've seen them on the East Coast too, in Pennsylvania. Yeah, you're not the only one who saw them.
I think the only people who don't like Oktoberfest are the people from Munich, because it's become such a big tourist thing. It's so far from what it used to be, the original.
I can tell you who
Right.
doesn't like Oktoberfest. People in AA.
Yeah, obviously. No, but seriously, Munich is just a shithole during the Oktoberfest. Too many people and too many drunk people. So not a place you want to be, really.
If I ever go to Germany, I've always wanted to visit Ludwig's castles.
Oh, the castles in Europe, period. They're worth a visit. Yeah. They're all over the place.
Well, no, but in particular, Neuschwanstein, because that's the castle that
that's the Disney castle.
One. Yeah.
I know. No, go see the old ones. They're the ones that are in ruins, but you can't
Wasn't
enter.
that Liechtenstein? Wasn't that Liechtenstein?
No. The most famous castle is Neuschwanstein.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was Liechtenstein. But I know that the architect who built all those was the inspiration for Cinderella's castle at Disney World.
Oh, just like he had the most insane thing, because everything is basically either opera or fairy tale themed. So it's just basically like the interior is just this amazing, like almost playland, because it was literally built for that purpose. Funnily enough, he had decreed that the castles be destroyed upon his death, but they were too broke to go through with it. So, because the crown was broke, they opened it for tourism, and it ended up paying for the castles several times over.
So the main astronaut, by the way, and you guys know this guy, he's the one that sang Life on Mars while out in the space station, and made a video and posted it here, and it got millions of views. It was pretty popular. But it's Chris Hadfield, that guy. And he is a very big critic of this film because he didn't believe it was done very realistically with the astronaut stuff. And he criticized the way they depicted training. But I'm like, look, man, yeah, it's not very realistic. The physics are fucking wonky. But the story is a good story. It's a solid story. And and the fact that their boss is helping hide the fact that what their main mission is to reactivate this satellite, and it's got fucking missiles aimed at America in it. And they're not going to fucking do that.
It's not a communication satellite.
I always find it funny when they hide things like that, when they're going to go in there, they're going to see it, and they're going to figure out what it is. So why fucking hide?
I find it so ironic because in a film, because Cromwell normally plays good guys. Okay, he's so likable. He's affable as a person, and he plays affable characters. But he allowed that affability to go in another direction. Not so much in this film, but when he played the villain in
LA Confidential.
Yeah, LA Confidential, because he's basically Rollo Tomasi.
Yeah,
which is a fictional name within the story of the guy that gets away with it, always gets away with it. Now, this scene is again. He just keeps lying to everybody, which is frustrating to watch because he's withholding important information. But now we're dealing with the fact that the astronaut, what's his name, Tommy Lee Jones' character, is been diagnosed with inoperable cancer. But he says, but we're not going to scrub the mission. They're going, but he's not, and she helps secure his place on that shuttle, that he's going with the mission too, because even though he's dying, he actually physically passed the tests to be able to go, and that gives him a chance to have a better death. and that he always felt that they were robbed from being allowed to go to the moon. And so he gets to go to the moon in the end.
And as sad as it is, he's lying there, finally having walked on the moon and looking at the Earth as he dies. And that's nice, as sad as it is.
Yeah,
Now,
the
what
suffocating
Brothers
ain't a
needs
good
to
way to
do
die.
needs to locate where that's supposed to be on the moon, and on one of the moon missions, send up a fiberglass replica of Tommy Lee Jones' body in the spacesuit and have them put it against rocks in the same area. Propped up. Looking at
Jen,
Earth.
I don't know whether there's much difference between suffocating with a nice view and slowly dying of cancer. Both are horrible.
I don't know how I prefer dying, but I've like, if you ever hold your breath, like, ugh, that feeling, like when you absolutely positively need to take another breath and they're not being there when they're. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's gonna die. If you're gonna die either way.
He fulfilled his life's wish to walk on the moon.
Yeah, you got to do it. It's just that there's a reason they show the thing close at the end, because I don't know. I've seen things die from suffocation. It's not pleasant how they look afterwards.
Yeah, swollen tongue. Sometimes it's a violent death.
I saw my mom die from cancer and she could hardly breathe, so not that much better.
Yeah, it's the same thing with my aunt, because I was with her while she suffocated to death with COPD. And she refused, told me, do not intubate me. She signed.
Well, what's the point if she's terminal?
And because they kept intubating her, and it's very painful. And it's really hard on the body. It's traumatic, to be honest with you, to be intubated while you're conscious. And
also, it's torture. When you're end-stage COPD, there's no point in doing that.
So she made Uncle Harold and me promise. And I'm sure my cousin Sherry and the rest of the family promised not to intubate her that last visit when she went into an attack. She got put in the hospital, and we just sat there with her until she couldn't breathe anymore and died.
Yeah,
it's rough.
I mean, the only other thing worse than that to me is freaking whooping cough, where you literally just cough yourself to death because you so violently screw up your lungs.
Jesus Christ, we've gone dark.
Yep.
Well, this movie has some dark shit in it.
It's literally about them coming to the end of their lives and what their lives mean, that kind of stuff. There's some really heavy questions and themes in this entire movie.
Without a doubt, yeah. And that last shot really gets to you. I got emotional when you see it, that he survived the crash, and got to walk on the moon and laid down. And the last thing that he got to see before he suffocated was the Earth itself. There's that shot. Look at that.
Yeah. It's a good view to have. There are definitely worse ways to go.
And by the way, that moon set was fucking huge. And they used pomelerized granite for the moon dust. It's a fine powder. By the way, SR-71 shot was really cool. And he said, one of his last flights, or his last flight was on an SR-71 Blackbird.
Yeah, on that specific Blackbird.
It's a good conversation between these two because they clearly have feelings for each other.
Yeah, it's the other depressing thing. They want to spend time together and they can't by the end. Yeah, sometimes shit's very short, and there's some people who have an amazing effect on your life, and they're only there for a little bit.
Yep. But Warner Brothers should pay to have a fiberglass copy of him put on the moon.
Oh my
Maybe
God.
send it with a moon mission.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Is that they should take it up with one of the moon missions? Just this fiberglass, hollow, lightweight
Well,
fiberglass thing.
they are going to go out there again next year, and then in 28 they plan to land on the moon again. So they could do it. That would be Artemis 4.
They should, of course, raise the flag again for their mission, and on top of that, put Tommy Lee Jones in a ceremony.
Oh, do you think there's an actual way we can make space flight actually like cost effective? Because that's kind of one of the issues right now. It's just how goddamn expensive some of these things are.
Well, if we had figured out the space elevator, but there's a problem that as it goes up, in order to be completely stable, it has to get bigger as it goes up. And it's just,
Crazy.
God damn, man. Yeah. It's also a fact that makes it almost impossible to do a space elevator. But that would be an absolute cost-effective one. There's other really cool theories of what to do.
I always thought that, like, basically a space slingshot, I'm not sure how else to describe it, but something would just basically be able to build up enough kinetic energy to throw something at enough velocity to where it could escape.
The
That way,
problem to do it that way, Shinotsky, is that you would liquefy the triplet. The
Yeah.
acceleration has to be gradual.
yeah. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe akin to a roller coaster, something that would go up and reach to a particular speed and then do that. But there'd be a lot of, you'd have to do a shit ton of physics and figuring things out. But like part of the reason it's so expensive to go to space is you oftentimes have to take the fuel with you as you're going up. And that's a shit ton of weight. I've thought way too long and hard about some of this stuff, so.
It's fascinating.
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 It is.
You have to say like Spock.
Like a redhead.
No, like Spock.
Fascinating.
I don't get to say like Spock because I can't raise one eyebrow. My face doesn't work like that. I tried. I trained, but no, I just can't.
I can do
You
the
mean like this.
Yeah.
You weakling.
What is it? It's like what 30 or 40% of the population actually can't raise individual eyebrows. Like you just do both. I forget the exact number. It's always interesting when there's things that you think everyone can do, and it's like, no, actually, turns out that's not true.
Yeah, I had that with lucid
Oh my
dreaming in psychology class.
Okay, Meth is here again. Saying,
Hey,
some
Meth.
call me the space cowboy. Some call me the gangster.
Woo-hoo!
Some people call me Morris. Okay, Morris.
All of a sudden, we're gay.
No, they are.
I know.
There's a space elevator in Scalzi's Old Man's War novels, which, like Space Cowboys, also features older protagonists. I personally think that Space Elevator was probably one of the best theories, but the more we did the physics research on it, the more we realized just how difficult it'll be. But if they figure it out, it will be the best way to get in space without having to use rockets.
I don't know, maybe like buckyballs. The issue is you have to get something that is tough enough to withstand all the stresses, but the more you build up, then the more stress you put on. And there's also just a matter of things running into it and the space debris.
Yeah, because in that one they'd be using a motorized, an electric motor. No fuel needed to do it, past the fuel needed to run the machine.
I mean, let's see. Maybe if you made it some kind of like launching platform, like literally kind of akin to a roller coaster, like you would almost. You would almost need to somehow be able to have enough boosters along the line to keep the Connect Force going, and then add to it going to more terminal speed, and then going flying up. That way, you don't liquefy the crew.
All right, this one's for you, Meth.
Man, is there anything more common in these times than a rural Jew?
Anything more common than that clip every show? What? Let's see. John Whitaker, the Alito one. It was Zolom, and it wasn't a space elevator. It was it city, like way up above. I trying to remember if they were in space or not.
Penny, are you still here? Because we owe you a video too. Nobody's playing the videos for these folks.
Penny.
Sheldon.
Penny.
Sheldon.
Penny.
Sheldon.
Penny.
The only other way.
I assume she's still here because she has the day off again, no grandkids. So, and she usually tells us when she's going somewhere. So, I guess she's lurking and listening. I hope you're having a good Saturday, Penny.
Yeah, the only other way I thought of, and this is a really weird, like, way beyond what we currently have, you somehow quantum entangle two sets of matter, so not even particles, but just like basically like a giant tray. So you would have one in space and one on Earth. And you would basically just lift the one in space because it has no gravity affecting it.
And by the way, Tommy Lee Jones is the only human I've ever seen. As he gets older, the more he looks like a chimpanzee.
Oh, that's mean.
It's also true.
I don't think so.
Like, he's the type of person that goes, I felt joy once. I want to die.
No, that's Herzog.
There's another actor, Courtney B. Vance, who I love. He was in Hamburger Hill. He was I think he was the combat medic, as I recall. And but he was also on not Special Victims, the other show, Criminal Intent. And he played the prosecuting attorney in that. And eventually his character pretty much got dropped, and I thought it was wrong what they did to him. They wanted to focus more on the Sherlock Holmesian style detective work and fuck having a DA to prosecute.
I mean, all those Law and Order shows are basically the same, which is like really impressive that they've managed to figure out a formula that they can basically do almost verbatim infinitely, and yet it just works for most people.
And by the way, Lauren Dean, pretty good actor. He plays the other astronaut that gave shit all the time and ends up being the one that's working directly for Cromwell's character and knows all about what's going on before going up there. He's the one that goes in there that fucks up the mission too.
Technically, he's the one who gets Tommy Lee Jones' characters killed. And almost all of them.
Oh, by the way, I love doing training, how they are like kids in the school cafeteria being mean to each other. They sent the old guys that protein drink meal, and they sent them back baby food. That was funny.
The funny part, though, is that, the old guys drank the Ensure. And I got to tell you, if it's chocolate, I'll fucking drink it. I like their chocolate. I worked in a nursing home. I worked in a nursing home, and we got these cases and cases of this stuff. And so I tried them, and I ended up going, fuck, I like these things. I could skip eating and just have a fucking shake. Hell yeah. As a member of New York Bar, I can't watch Law and Order franchise, but Criminal Intent was the worst with regard to the law. Oh, I know. It was just Sherlock Holmes is all it was. This is one of 4 times Clint Eastwood played a character named Frank. The other 3 being Escape from Alcatraz, good movie, which he's been playing a real character. Line of Fire, which is another good movie, Frank Horrigan. And $1 Million Baby, he played Frankie Munn. I'd prefer the Fairlife chocolate protein drink. I've never had that one, John. In fact, I don't know if I've ever seen it. By the way, they built these suits to be pretty accurate. Dennis Muren was the head of the visual effects on this film. And when they went into it, normally it's done while you're making the movie, you're doing some of the visual effects with the miniatures. And then you're pretty much wrapping a week, 2 weeks after the movie's wrapped. But this one kept going because they also had to work directly with the CG guys. And so the CG affected how they shot things. So they couldn't just shoot everything. They had to work with the visual effects guys running the CG on this. And of course, it was done by Industrial Light and Magic. And they did a really good job on these suits. These suits look like the real thing. They're designed to look like it. In fact, they said you could actually take out one of the prop elements on the body and replace it with the real thing. It would have fit. The equipment would have fit.
They don't have the life-saving equipment because they would be too heavy.
And what I believe is going on here also is that they had an air conditioning system attached to these suits, because you never see fogging happen with the suits. Like that happens so often from a buildup of humidity, which means they have to be controlling the humidity in the suits and keeping it nice and cool.
Yeah, I imagine it's also nice that to film scenes wearing these suits having air conditioning inside. You just can't make them too heavy because they are not in like almost zero gravity, so they wouldn't be able to bear the weight and still do scenes. But they are authentic, same material too. You can fry an egg on these suits.
I know the one you're talking about now. I just looked it up, and I have seen those. So they're pretty good, huh? I'm gonna have to try those, John. We have them here. Walmart carries them. Fairlife is who I buy my milk from. When I was buying real milk, and they have a low sugar. Normally, milk, even like the 1%, still has between 11 and 12 grams of sugar per serving. That's a lot of fucking sugar.
Because milk has lactose.
Even in Lactaid, which removes the lactose, there's still 12 to 14 grams.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that once. That makes no sense. Like, you take out the lactose and add normal sugar? What the fuck?
Like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
So, anyway, Fairlife made a milk that only has, I think, like between 3 and 6 grams per serving, which is workable for diabetic. Well, at least for me.
Diabetes.
That's it.
That's the best song by Falco. Diabetes. Oh, diabetes.
God.
Diabetes.
You ruined that song for me now, Shane. Thank you.
Oh, you never saw the meme? People actually put the Wilford Brimley thing to the Falco song?
Yeah, I've
No.
never seen it, but that'd be funny. Rock Me Diabetes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The actual inner suit worn by astronauts has tubing running through the material through which fluid can be set at regulated temperature. Well, they had to find a way of doing it there less expensively on set, and they probably ran a dehumidifier system with cool air coming from an air conditioning unit. No, the craziest thing, because of the lactose, whole milk is less sugar than 2% because the fat takes place of the sugar. Crazy. Well, here's the goofy thing. Whole milk. If you buy a gallon of whole milk, 11 to 12 grams of sugar.
That has always been the big lie behind the light and low fat industry. They take out fat, they have to add sugar as to not fuck with the taste. So it's stupid. Also, fat isn't your enemy, carbs are, when it comes to losing weight.
Well, yeah, the thing that's always annoyed me when it comes to dieting is that it will just be, oh, just cut X out, as if that somehow is going to make things healthier. It's like, no. You just create a deficiency, which your body will then try to overcompensate, and you'll screw up your internals. Like, you need fats. You need the right kinds of fats, but just say cut out fat. People just like want a magic pill. Hence, Ozempic literally like being super popular with a bunch of celebrities. You know, this body positivity movement just suddenly dropped off a cliff as soon as Ozempic came out.
Yeah. And now they say you look radiant if you can see your skeleton.
Yep.
It's that whole body dysmorphia shit.
It's
that what they're supporting is body dysmorphia when they do shit like that. They're normalizing it. Here you go, guys. This is the one I get from Walmart right there. And because I don't drink milk, I use it in my cooking and stuff like that. Oat milk works fine, does the job, tastes pretty good. But the first time I heard of it, I laughed. I said, "What, that watery crap you see it when you make oatmeal, where there's this like thickness?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's kind of how they make it. It's basically gruel from oatmeal."
Yeah, but you know why when it's nuts they call it milk? Because nut juice has a very different connotation to people.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you should say it like Dracula. You should say, "And I never drink milk."
I never drink.
What was the joke we just heard about that anime where the character says, "Do almonds have nipples?" No. But there it is again, oat milk. It's pretty good.
Yeah, technically it shouldn't be oat juice, but we associate juice with fruits.
Gary, that was the ranch, the old guy. Show me the nipple on an almond.
Yeah, that's right. Sam Elliott.
Yeah, you might find yourself eating quinoa, whatever the fuck that is. I love that show. So much fun.
By the way, Sam Elliott made it a point when he had a conversation with Tom Selleck about the lines that he delivered in that Family Guy episode, criticizing him for his loans that for the elderly, reverse loans, and calling it predatory when they've proven in court it's not predatory. So saying it, technically doing that, is slander. Why Tom didn't sue them, I don't know. But apparently not apologizing, but he told Tom, I didn't write those lines. I said the lines because I'm a paid actor. Because he and Tom Selleck are still very close friends to this day.
Yeah, that's one thing that people need to understand both ways. The lines, the actor performing the lines, you can give them all the credit for. That the intelligence behind saying them, that's the writer. And so, yeah, some actors get too much credit and not enough credit at the same time for different things.
I was also going to show you guys this. This is a little illustration of how it would work because an elevator, space elevator, the satellite that it's connected to would have to be in a geosynchronous orbit and always connected, tethered to the Earth. And then you would have an electric motorized elevator that goes from the Earth all the way up to the space station.
Yeah, the
And
big
it would
issue
be
is
the
just
single most cost-effective way to do it.
yeah, the
Only it
issue is
sounds crazy
building it.
expensive.
It's not just the building of it because it is still theoretical, and there are certain things that they ran into with it, dealing with mass. And it, I'm trying to remember what exactly was said, but as I recall, that the taller it went, the bigger it had to become, which became a problem. The density of the elevator, the more went, got higher in the atmosphere.
Yeah, well,
I also do like the fact that they do switch back and forth because anytime they're inside working inside the satellite and shit or inside the shuttle, they have their visor up. But the minute they have to go outside, they drop the visor because your face get burned up and shit.
They also
Your
drop
eyes
it at the
get
right
bright.
moment at takeoff. Because we've just seen that with Artemis
Hey!
2, the moment they drop the dark visor.
What is up, Genghis? How you doing, brother?
Hi,
Good
Genghis.
to see you, man.
Hey, gang.
Absolute Power is another film I thought about doing this week. And just to remind you guys, we are having a poll over on Twitter. And I'm going to put the links in for you to go to vote. Because in December, or was it December or September? I can't remember. For Jeff Bridges' birthday.
I have no idea when his birthday is, so
Let me check.
I think
No, we
it's
have
September.
we have the whole year planned out, Sean. I just need to go in there and look.
All right, so I've got it up there for you guys to vote for the 4 movies.
It's December. It's the third week of
Okay, so
December.
December.
this is what happens when you fight a stranger in the Alps.
What?
Oh, that's from the Big Lebowski, the television version, when they alter the swearing. So instead of fuck a stranger in the ass, it's like when you fight a stranger in the Alps.
Okay.
Here you go, guys, right there. That's the first one. That's for Military Monday. And then we have this one for Sci-Fi Saturday.
My favorite TV edit, though, by far, is for Snakes on the Plane, the line that the movie existed for. Instead of motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane, I'm
Yeah.
sick and tired of these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday through Friday plane.
The TV version is really awful, dude. It's really fucking weird to watch.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, dude. This one is for Friday. There you go.
Okay, let me. And this one. Oh, this is the one for. This is Saturday. Oh, just I'm gonna quit.
And then this is for Action Wednesdays. Jeff Bridges Wednesday show. Boom. There you go. That one includes Thunderbolt and Lightfoot, but I'm going to let you guys vote. For that one there, that includes Thunderbolt and Lightfoot, Hell on or High Water, True Grit, Only the Brave.
Didn't we do True Grit too?
No, we did John Wayne. We didn't do the new one.
Okay.
See, I think Jeff Bridges should buy a pair of bridges, and that way they can be called Jeff Bridges bridges.
We'll be taking. So for Sci-Fi Saturday is some good choices too. I picked Tron Legacy, R.I.P.D., which look, I still enjoy that movie.
R.I.P.D. should be more fantasy than sci-fi.
It's more rust. It is sci-fi though. It has sci-fi elements in it, but R.I.P.D. is better than really what I think it got treated as. But basically, Jeff Bridges is playing a different version of the Rooster Cogburn. He still talks like Rooster Cogburn.
The problem with R.I.P.D.
we have.
It seems like they didn't know what they wanted to do.
Let me finish the list, and I want you to tell me that. K-Pax is the last one. I do like that movie. It's sci-fi, but it's not like tech sci-fi. It's subject sci-fi. So, what was it you were saying about R.I.P.D.? What were you disliked it, or why you liked it? What was that?
No, I'm saying the problem with it. There's elements that are needed. The problem is, it seems like the movie couldn't decide what it wanted to be.
Mm.
And also, this going like, we're doing a fun Men in Black style thing, and also, by the way, serious stuff about him stealing money and then having regrets and all this other shit. It's kind of incongruous with itself.
No, I can't argue with that because I've only seen it one time. I still enjoyed it. I liked Ryan in it. I thought he was good.
Yeah, I've seen it twice.
In it.
Well, yeah. No, I like the joke that they're seen as other people, and one of them
James Hong, James fucking Hong.
James motherfucking Hong.
That, and there's a TV series that did that concept way better, in my opinion, which was G versus E, or Good versus Evil.
Now, because you brought this up, Gambit, I'm going to tell you for Friday, Thriller Friday. I planned. I added. Right now, it's at 100%. I don't know how many people have voted. It's Fisher King, which I think is a great fucking movie.
Yeah, amazing
The Morning
movie.
After. I love The Morning After. I despise Jane Fonda, but I like that fucking movie. Raul Julia is great in it. Jagged Edge is a really good fucking movie, and that's one where Jeff Bridges could be or might not be the killer. And then Against All Odds is one of my favorite romantic thrillers ever made. And I love the original, but oddly, even though I know technically it's a better film, I prefer Against All Odds because I feel like it's a fuller film, in that it has more to offer. Because there's a sparsity. And if you've ever seen Out of the Past with Robert Mitchum, it's very sparse in the way it's told. You got a villain in it, played by Kirk Douglas. In the new film, it's Against All Odds. That was played by James Woods' character. Is Kirk Douglas's character, and Mitchum's character is Jeff Bridges, and Rachel Ward's character was played by that actress who had that condition, Bell's palsy, and so she had like resting bitch face all the time. and it made her a star because she's really fucking good in that movie. What was her name? I gotta find it.
I have no idea.
That is just a great fucking movie. 1947 crime thriller, film noir. And I consider it the best film noir film ever made. And that's over Houston's Maltese Falcon. I think that Out of the Past is the better film. The single greatest noir film ever made. The actress's name is Jane Greer. She had that Bell's palsy that caused her to have smooth face. But do you know who looks like her?
No.
The wife on King of Queens.
Leah Remini?
What?
Really?
Say it again.
Leah Remini.
Yeah, Leah Remini. Yeah, let me get into the photos here. I'll find a photo of her and then I'll show you a photo of Leah Remini.
It's good though. If I had to pick best noir ever, I'd probably either go Third Man or Double Indemnity over Out of the Past.
No, I've seen those too. I absolutely think that the single best written, best acted, best shot noir film is Out of the Past. And I think the story is stronger than all the other films. Also, in so many ways, the darker of all of them, the most noir.
I still
So,
haven't
here we
seen
go.
The Third Man, so I'm a very bad wiener for being born here and never having seen that movie.
We will watch it because I love that movie. It is a very good film. So let me show this real quick. Martin, will you please share this once I click share?
Yep. Okay. There you go.
So here we have Jane Greer. Look at her face here. Look at her face here. Look at her face here in particular, especially when she's doing 3/4 profile. Look at that. And
Yeah, I can see
then
it.
let's go over here. And you got Leah Remini. Her eyes are the same shape, lips. He looks, especially on King of Queens. When you get to see her here, she looks so much like Jane Greer. It's so fucking weird. Especially when she goes RBF, resting bitch face. Oh, wait. You guys aren't seeing.
Nope.
I
No,
shared
you're
that
not
window.
sharing.
Here we go. So you've seen Jane Greer. So here we go. Here's Leah Remini. Good shot here. Good shot
Holy
here.
shit, you're
Looks-
right. Yeah.
Looks just like her. It's so fucking wild. And until she got to her age now, if they ever did a movie about Jane Greer, and I think her story is worth being told with what she had to overcome becoming an actor, she should have played the part.
Well, first that and then Scientology. Man, it's crazy to see Kevin so fat after we just watched this new movie.
Oh yeah. Also, DOA, Dead or Alive. That's another really damn good noir.
The original one is the good film. The remake, not happy with that. And it's
No.
got a great cast. But it was just not a good film. What was that? 1988, right? Yeah, found it. Yeah, it's got Meg Ryan, Dennis Quaid, Charlotte Rampling, Daniel Stern. Who else was in that movie? Jane Kasmerick. She's the mom from Malcolm in the Middle. Brian James is in it. I used to be friends with him. God rest his soul. And Robert Knepper is in it. Another great actor. I think he's from Canada, isn't he?
Well, yeah, but the original still
No,
has the
no.
best, still the best way to open a movie ever. I'd like to report a murder. Which one? My Own.
My Own. He's got to figure out who killed him, and he is dying, and he knows it.
Oh, I remember that. That was crazy.
Classic black and white film noir.
Yeah.
I like that film. The remake Not very good. The
No.
actors could not help that movie. Badly directed.
And book I'm going through that's based Leonore, and the movie version definitely wasn't. Rising Sun by Michael Crichton.
Crichton and with Sean Connery and Wesley Snipes. Good movie. I do like that movie.
Well, yeah, no, it's just the book and the movie, like they did the Hollywoodization of it.
Yeah, Jacques Tourneur. Yeah, he's a good director, man. That's for you, Anima.
Being to Kunstmitch. I can't read German too well.
He could mean so we have this famous genre of songs that's called Wienerlied, Vienna song, and there's one that's called Wien Wien nur du allein, and I think that's the one he means, but he scrambled up the lyrics. I'm not sure though.
Not a good film, Genghis.
Oh, and well, it is kind of a mess, though I do love especially the ending. To Orson Welles, the lady from Shanghai. The ending for that is amazing. With the mirrors.
It's Vienna Calling. I haven't listened to that song in ages, so sorry, Alpha, for not catching that.
Oh, Falco, yeah. Vienna Calling.
Got that hinaus? What does that mean?
Muss ich denn zum Städtele hinaus? That's a song about, I'm guessing, an apprentice who has to go on the pilgrimage that they do, like where they have to move around, and they're not to go within, I forgot how many kilometers of their hometown, and they need to go from apprenticeship to apprenticeship until they make their master in a craft, like carpentry, for instance. And I think that's the song that they sing, because it's that turn now to go and explore the world for, I think, a year, and they still do it. Some traditionalists still do it. There's a certain clothing that they have to wear, and there's very strict rules as to how long they get to stay in one place and how far away they have to be, at least, from their hometown.
That's interesting. All right.
Tradition, history. I like shit like that. It's not Swiss Gambit. Pretty sure it's German. Because Städtele is very German. I think Saxon dialect. One of the weirdest, I might add.
Yep. And the landing, which they set up earlier in the flight sim.
The landing is crazy, man. That had me on the edge of my seat. Like, they're not jumping. Oh my God.
I mean, it's kind of ridiculous, but it's also kind of awesome. It's like, yeah, just use the air resistance to slow yourself down.
Flying brick.
Yep.
It says that nobody has voted for the Wednesday show, but on my other account, it shows that it's been voted on, but there's just no number in there. That's weird. Look at it right now. Here. Am I the only one not seeing any votes for this post? Guys, you can go look at it too in the chat.
I
show.
saw
I'm going to
it.
put it in private chat.
I saw
right
it
here.
this morning.
And I'm going to take a look at this one. If you haven't voted, please vote. But it's showing that there was a vote, but it doesn't show the percentage.
You want me to go on Twitter?
Yes, to help us. Yes,
it keeps kicking me off. It keeps shutting down on me. I hate that
This
fucking
is-
platform.
This part is what I'm talking about.
Hey, I voted for this one. And it says 0 votes. 0 votes.
Yeah, it says
And
0.
I voted for it. I did vote
I'm
for it.
wonder if I have to repost it because it's fucked up. It's weird.
No. Oh, okay. I vote on it again, and now it shows.
John, that's okay. German is not a pretty language. I can't blame you for not speaking it. Kudos for learning it, though.
And we end with Frank
that's a tough one.
Sinatra.
Yep. The first scene has him singing the song Fly Me to the Moon, and the movie ends with Sinatra singing it.
And him lying there dead, staring at the earth.
There's
He
so
got-
many damn
He
covers.
survived the
for
crash,
them.
got to walk on the moon, and he got to look back and see Earth.
All right, I am on Twitter. I see the one for Saturday, but I can't vote because I don't know any of these movies.
For which one?
Saturday. That's the only one I see when I go on Twitter.
I will tell you the one I think that you're going to want to see the most on that one. Hold on, let me go take a look at it. Pop Culture Minefield. Where the fuck are you? There we go. On the page.
Oh,
on the
I see
page.
them now.
So for Saturday, you've got Tron Legacy, RIPD, K-Pax. The one you're probably going to enjoy most is Tron Legacy. I got to be honest. I think you'll enjoy Tron, but you'll like Legacy better.
Of the Tron movies, I haven't seen the latest one. I'm not planning to, but
Oh my God.
I think the Legacy has the strongest rating of all of them.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's the stronger film, but it also has a fucked up CG scene where they de-age Jeff Bridges, where it looks really funky. I didn't like it.
I don't care.
But I was
Okay.
fine with it because fuck it, it's a movie. I enjoyed it. The acting was good in it. The writing was good. I liked his son, the kid that plays him. And even though I can't stand her as a person, alien chick looks good in that movie, and she does a really good part.
Yeah.
And she
13?
escapes- Yeah, 13.
Um,
She escapes the grid.
I cannot vote on any of these, Gary, because out of the 12 movies, I know 2. One we have already discussed this week, and the other one is against all odds. I don't know any of the other movies.
You can vote on the one I'm telling you is the one you will like the most, which is Tron Legacy. Just
Oh my
fucking
God.
vote on it.
Voter
Trust me.
influence. This is voter influence.
Right?
You
That
goddamn
feels
right.
weird. I feel
Well-
so used.
Vote how I tell you.
You'll feel
Right.
used
How
one
you
day.
want.
You will feel very used one day. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not going to
You
vote for
watched-
Thunderbolt because we just did that. I want to do something else, something I don't know yet.
Against all odds for Friday is going to be the film that you probably like the most, but you've already seen it with me.
That's the
So,
problem.
I would tell you Jagged Edge is a thriller. It can get a little scary. The Morning After is a mystery, and it's really good. And then The Fisher King is a story about tragedy and loss. And Robin Williams is brilliant in it. And so I got to tell you, because of your
Always
love for
brilliant.
Robin Williams, that should be your fucking pick.
Robin Williams and Amanda Plummer. You
you-
cannot lose.
Oh, she's so adorable in that movie.
You'll love him in it because he plays crazy Robin Williams so well.
Now, True Grit is probably going to be the one you'll want from this list. Thunderbolt and Lightfoot, Hell or High Water. Hell or High Water is a movie I like. Only the Brave is a really good film. It's a true story. And then you got True Grit, which is the brothers, the Coen brothers adaptation of the book. And it's, even though I consider it not as much fun as the John Wayne film. It is the superior film as far as the adaptation goes because they did a better job adapting the book. And I do like Jeff Bridges as Rooster Cogburn. But of those movies, the one I think you will like the most is True Grit. I wouldn't have a
what
problem
Gambit says
revisiting
here.
Thunderbolt.
I think we should absolutely
Well,
do
we
that
didn't get
because
to
we
finish
fucked
it.
over the show yesterday.
Yeah, well, look, it was not planned. Mad joined us, and Mad and I derail. We enjoy each other so much when we hang out that we just go off on a tangent, and that's just it. I'm writing a book in German. I expect to finish the draft this weekend. You should name it Mein Kampf.
Ouch. You
Disavow.
are a dick. You are a big, massive dick.
It's true.
No, it's worse than that.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Well, after the show, go check them out.
Yeah, it's not like we did not see that coming.
There you go. He's very similar to that character if that character had had a mental break after the death of his wife. Yeah. How she dies is the traumatic part.
Yeah.
It was like in front of him, and it was rough. And it's probably the most emotional scene in the film when you finally see it. And because Jeff Bridges' character never quite understands him until that point in the story. And at first, the only reason why he's trying to be nice to him is he got in trouble on his show. What was it? A radio show, right? He was a radio DJ or some shit. Talk jock. And he said something, got him in trouble. And all he's trying to do is to do this kind thing in order to get him back in good graces with people and with his job, so he can get his job back. But by the end of it, he becomes a better person because of it. And what's her name that plays the woman he loves in it? Mercedes? God, what's her first name? Something Mercedes. Good fucking actress, man. Intense New York actress. Because her accent is like so fucking like there. She also played the station manager in the show Frasier for a bit and ends up having an emotional sexual relationship with Frasier. That's completely inappropriate.
That's all Frasier does is sleep with women and then complain about sleeping with women.
Yeah, he is the most. When you really step back and look, he's one of the whiniest characters. Like he's actually more whiny than his brother.
So he's the male version of Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Taylor Swift has like 900. I think they said 900 breakup songs or some shit like this. I don't know how many it was.
It's the only thing she knows to write about, it seems.
And 900 breakup songs, and not one where she was to blame.
Of course not.
Yep. But of course, that's the joke with Frasier is like, oh, I'm this enlightened intellectual, and he's really just a man that wants to have sex with beautiful women. That's the core of him, what he really is.
Yep. He's a walking contradiction. And I think that's what always made him so lovable and funny, that show. That everybody around him was, especially his dad, was fully aware of it. His annoyance with both of his sons, like, how did I fucking sire you? I don't understand it.
Though, my favorite Frasier-related thing is someone did a comic and the company video that some big guy made of it, where they kill Maris, and it's Columbo that busts them.
No, you sent that to me. I watched that. That was fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
And they think that Columbo's onto him. Then he kind of goes off on a tangent, and they know, we're gonna get away with it. And like, oh no, he's back on track. That was funny. So last night I made up a a list of TV shows because I really want to start doing that show on Thursdays. I want to do both films and the TV series Kolchak the Night Stalker, The Night Stalker, and The Night Strangler. They're really good. Widow's Bay, this show deserves some time. I'm telling you, if you're not watching Widow's Bay, you're making a mistake. That is a fun show.
Well, what's it about? I imagine it's some kind of murder mystery thing.
It's a darkly funny version of an H.P. Lovecraft story of people trapped on an island because of something. They're not allowed to leave. And
it's crazy, it's trippy, and it's so good.
If you go past a certain barrier, you will fucking die if you're part of that curse. So anyway, I also want to do the show, The Dresden Files, because I thought it was a good show. I'd never read the books, so I didn't give two shits what people thought of it, but it made me want to read the books. Nicolas Cage produced it. He was the executive producer on the show, and I thought it was really good. I enjoyed the crap out of it.
Too short, way too short.
Every person who I know who is a fan of the books didn't like the series, so
yeah. And it's like, so I don't want to talk to anybody who read the books. I want to talk to people who only saw the show and enjoyed it. And it bugs the crap out of me when that happens. But it's that blowback that hurt the show. And it got canceled. But it's a good show. I thought it was fun. I love the guy that plays the ancient character that lives in the skull, Bob.
I love Bob. Funny. He's the best part.
A lot of people don't know who that is. He's the same actor, and he's American, not British, that played the bounty hunter in the Critter movie series. Same actor. Magnum PI, Pluribus, Barney Miller.
We did Pluribus already.
Yeah, we did Pluribus.
I know, but I have it on the list. And Barney Miller is a great show. The Punisher, Daredevil. These are the Netflix shows. I enjoyed them for the most part. Department Q, the American Netflix version. I would like to watch that. Surreal Estate was actually a good show.
Cancelled too soon.
Prodigal Son was the only thing. Who was it? Was it Kurtzman or who was it produced that? It was one of the assholes. No, it's the dude that produced the Arrowverse and shit. That asshole. He's basically DC's Alex Kurtzman.
Yeah, Berlanti.
Yeah, Berlanti. Fuck, that guy's an asshole. I love comics. No, you don't, you lying sack of shit. Anyway, Evil was a good series. Animus just started watching it with me. We're about halfway through, I think, the first season. And she's enjoying the shit out of it. And if you've never seen it, it is three people who are hired by the Catholic Church. One of them is a priest or going to be a priest, the black actor who played Luke Cage. And you've got this woman who is a psychologist who becomes basically a parapsychologist in the show. And then you have an atheist Muslim who is the tech guy that does the technical research. And it's a good fucking show. And there's real evil. It's like real tangible evil people, demons and the devil and shit in it. It's really fucking good. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, if I'm going to recommend a series, because they'll be sweet and short. 1, Mr. In Between. 2, G versus E.
You need to just let me go through the list and then see if there's something missing that you like that we should put in there. New Girl, I think, is a great show. One of the best sitcoms, modern sitcoms. I really enjoyed the shit. It's a Kasdan production. So not the fucking asshole one, the good one, the smarter son, not the idiot. Justified is an absolutely great modern Western series. Really good. Mr. Mercedes, I fucking love both seasons. And the only reason that show ended is because the network collapsed. They lost too much money and they had to go under. Mr. In Between is the next one after Mr. Mercedes. I thought that was funny. 2 Mr. shows. Then I got the entire Amazon series, Bosch. Not Bosch Legacy. I just want to do Bosch by itself because I think it's great. Then another show that still officially isn't ended, Louder Milk.
Oh, yeah.
Which I love that fucking show.
And they have
It's
the material
produced-
to give us another season or at least a movie. They have it all planned out.
It's produced by the brother, well, one of the brothers that do the comedies together all the time, like Me, Myself, and Irene. Really good show, great characterization. Then I'd like to go all the way back to the 70s again and do The Sixth Sense, 2 seasons. It was very interconnected with The Night Gallery, which is really fucking weird that when they did their release of The Night Gallery, they included all the episodes from The Sixth Sense, which was weird because it is not The Night Gallery. It is its own show. And it deals with paranormal research and hauntings, telekinesis, shit like that. Good show, first of its kind. Barry, which we've already done a show on.
Yes.
Monarch.
Well, we tried. That was members
Monarch.
only though with Barry. So.
Monarch. Ash versus Evil Dead. Because I love that show, and I blame the Evil Dead fans because nobody wanted to watch the show behind a paywall.
Mm.
They're like, why are you canceling the show? Let's do put out a what do you call it? A thing to signed by 1,000, 10,000 petition to save the show. It's like, you could have saved the show if you fucking watched it. Fucking assholes. Anyway, The Invaders, which is the first really good show about trying to find aliens that are invading Earth. Good show. Then another show that didn't get even a second season, or its second half of a season. It only got half a first season. And that show was called Quark with Richard Benjamin, which I consider to be probably one of the smartest, funniest sci-fi shows outside of the shit that came from Britain. I consider Quark as important a sci-fi comedy as Red Dwarf or any of those shows over in Britain. Then Touching Evil, and it's or Wire in the Blood is the follow-up show or the first show, and then Touching Evil. And both of them are very good. They both star the same guy. Green is his last name. I forget his first name. Touching Evil is probably one of the best serial killer type shows where he gets into the heads of these people. He's a psychiatrist, and he works with law enforcement to get into the heads of these killers and help find them and catch them, stop them. And Wire in the Blood is a whole different thing, and it's very similar in theme with hunting killers. And it was a very good show. And that's it. That's 28 shows I have listed. Now, what one didn't I mention that you think I should add?
Banshee.
Good fucking show. Got it. Banshee.
Hannibal.
Absolutely. Thank
Columbo.
you. Good one. I almost put that in and I skipped it because there are just so many, they're movie length episodes.
Yeah.
But it is really good. So I think it might be good to basically go back and watch
Do a
the
best
best
of
each season.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we can do the whole show, but go back and visit the best of that season, each season, and then go from there.
You know what
Because
really sucks though?
What?
If we do it on Thursdays, Shan can't be with us because he's at work.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Unless we
That's
do
fine.
it late. I don't know when you get off of
Stay
work.
up a little later, and because he gets off at 5 o'clock Pacific time.
I'll be
Yeah.
free at like 4:30 PST.
Yeah, forget it, Gary. That would be without me then.
Yeah.
Elementary was a good show. Now somebody says, why don't you do Sherlock? And I said, because I didn't like Sherlock. I like the cast. I love the acting, but I didn't like the show. Why? Because the two guys that ran that show are assholes. And what they did is they deconstructed Sherlock. And I didn't like what they did with him. I didn't like they took away some of the elements that were so integral and important to the characters, took it away, and turned it into basically a thoroughly modern Millie kind of situation. I didn't like it. Didn't like it. So after Columbo, what else?
Forever Night. That's one of my personal
I've
comfort
talked
shows.
to I've talked to Anima about that. I said I've talked about Shutter Pictures. I'm like, this was a good show, and it was the first movie done for TV. Was an American production here in the U.S., starring none other than Rick
Springfield.
Springfield, and but they went back and decided to shoot it in Canada and got Canadian actors, and they're all really fucking good. It's a good fucking show about a vampire that hides by being a detective that works the night shift.
Well, he's making up for his life of sin.
His life of sin of killing people. Yep. Eating them. So Forever Night is a good show. And I love the villain in that actor.
Oh, yeah. LaCroix.
Yeah.
Name literally
Good
means the
fucking
cross. Yeah.
Yeah. So after Forever Night, any other suggestions? Martin, you're not saying anything. Are there any shows you feel we should be doing? And hey, guys, you participate too with us here. Well, the Evil Dead TV series, they didn't have the rights to the Evil Dead, so they had to name it, and they couldn't say it was called Ash versus Evil Dead. It's a good show. It's fucking good. Forever Night's the last one. Any suggestion, guys? Anybody in the chat too?
The Prisoner. I know you went over.
We've already done it.
We've done
it, but I'm fine with that. And it was a good show. Fucking weird.
Yeah.
But
first
I
half was
love
good, then it went too weird for me.
And I'm gonna share my screen so you guys see what I'm doing. Share screen. Ba, 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 ba. This is a show or a song that never ends.
Yep.
So The Prisoner. Ash versus Evil Dead's a good series. Yes, Briscoe County
Jr. Yeah,
Jr. Classic. And I know there's like 5 people in that show that I know and am friends with.
Get them on.
I tried to get 2 of them. You heard the phone call with the one. That was a dark phone call. He is in a dark fucking place. I won't say his name, but he's in the show. And that guy went completely emotionally dark, psychologically dark.
You know, if we're going with that, then we also probably should do Xena Warrior Princess.
Not a fan. Not a fan. I didn't even like Hercules. I barely like Jack of all trades. Barely. So I just wouldn't be on board with those. I got to.
Yeah, that's fine.
Although the chick that played Xena's little buddy was hot.
Renee O'Connor. Yeah.
Renee O'Connor. She's adorable. I've met her in person.
She was in a bunch of those Hercules movies beforehand.
Young Hercules wasn't too bad, but I'm still not a fan. That starred Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, that was a weird one, knowing that. Yep, Ryan Gosling.
I'm specifically putting the date in so we know which one. The Flash, 1990. I did like that show. Isn't that the one where Mark Hamill played the cock knocker?
The trickster. He also reprised it in the Flash.
I just did a callback to another movie that Mark Hamill was in. The villain he plays in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is called the cock knocker.
Yep, I think it was a spin on the trickster because it has similar makeup and everything.
Hey, John, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, John.
Cleopatra 2525.
Oh,
was one of the dumbest things I've ever watched.
That's
so bad.
Deep.
What Well, I was friends with Josh when all this stuff was happening, hanging out with him all the time. And god damn, I like Jack of all trades was so bad.
How exactly did they even come up with like, we'll call it Cleopatra 2525 and we'll have like someone frozen and she wakes up in the year 2025. And I don't even know how I can describe
in
it.
the
It was
year
so weird.
2525.
Yeah, it's like it's a reference to that song. I'm like, why would you build an entire TV series about reference to one song lyric?
There was a series that maybe we should visit in the 80s called Werewolf. And I have all the episodes, and I've been thinking about doing a deep dive on this show because I was told that the effects are really good in it for the 80s. The transformation shit. And I think that was part of the reason why they didn't get a season 2 was it was too expensive.
Oh yeah, since you like Star Trek so much, I'd almost halfway recommend Gargoyles because, dear God, so many Star Trek people are in Gargoyles.
I was not a fan of the show, but I'm fully aware of it. I just never watched it. Like I do watch animated shows with my kids and on my own even, but I was just never. And yeah, because like I was sitting there and watching that one day with Zoe. She didn't get into it. And I heard Worf and Riker. And I'm like, holy shit. Those two voices are so obvious. Yeah, so Werewolf, you agree with it, Vinkman's Girl. So we'll add that one.
Oh yeah, no, Gargoyles, it's probably the most comic book like series at all because it did the long form comic book storytelling where villains kept coming back kind of deal. That and just Xanatos is a great villain. Period.
Okay, here's a good one right there. Thank you, Alpha. I didn't even think about that show. Airwolf is one we might want to do because it was a good show.
I always say Cobra Kai, at least the first season, especially.
I liked the show, but yeah, season 1 was the best, and I kind of felt like every season was sub that. It was still good. Don't get me wrong, and I loved that. What's her name came back? Was it Elizabeth Shue?
Yeah, she comes back near the end to like put all the character stuff at rest, which is great.
You had to finally close that chapter because it was an open chapter the whole series. I got to tell you, the kid, the main kid, I call him a kid because he's so much younger than me, but I really like him as an actor.
Zappa? No.
Yeah, Zabka or something like that.
Zabka, yeah.
He's a good actor, and he's good with his martial arts, man. He did a kick in that first episode. It was like, and he's pretending to be drunk, and I'm like, that was a good fucking kick, while pretending to be drunk. Wise Guy. That's another good show. Sorry that we lost that guy, Sharky. He died. He was a good actor.
Well,
they went from ScrewTube to Netflix.
Guys, I need to get going.
Yep.
Oh.
Classic Simpsons.
What time is it? Yeah, we need to end this.
Yeah.
So we've almost got 40. Before we go, let's close that off at 40 because I'm OCD and having it not complete is just like disconcerting for me.
X-Files.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can just do particular ones. Just Home Alone. I don't mean Home Alone, but that episode, Home, is one of the darkest things ever on television. They only played it once on network TV too.
It was a good show, but I'm not a big fan of it. Wish my dad was still alive because he was. I actually like China Beach more.
Don't you think that's enough for now, Gary? That's like 3 years worth.
I'm not going to stop at fucking 39. I just said I
Oh,
would
God.
wrap it up. I need one more. Not listening. You're not listening. I said this. One more millennium. There you go. Boom. Thank you, John Ostaines.
I mean, I was also gonna say Babylon 5, but
Stop, Shane.
Yeah.
Stop.
We end it. We can stop.
Not a fan. I mean, I thought I liked it until I sat down with Keith and who else was doing that show with him, and I'm like, oh, I didn't like the show. Fat Steven. I guess I didn't like the show as much as I thought. But Man from Atlantis would be one, but I'm stopping at 40 because that's an even number and I feel good. So boom, 40. I want to thank everybody in the chat for helping. Love Boat. I will never fucking do Love Boat Alpha. Not gonna happen.
What are you,
Never
gay?
gonna happen. The closest I'll do Love Boat is Deep Space Nine because it was basically Love Boat in space for like 2 or 3 seasons. I just couldn't watch it, but then it got good. The final 2 seasons were great. God, the first season was okay. Mantis was really good, but we didn't get the full series. So
Mantis is one of those things that really
Stingray.
pissed me off. They killed him with an invisible T-Rex. That's how Mantis dies.
Not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Executives could not have a black leading character in a superhero show.
And they definitely couldn't have him being an inventor.
And Hollywood's not racist at all. All right, guys, we're going to end it here. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us. So I want to thank Snorty, John Whitaker, 11 Alpha, Penny, James Jameson, Slasher Fred, Sox Bulletins dropped in, Parrot Head, Six was here, Gambit, Vinkman's Girl, Bayona Rad. Him and his avatar, man. That fucking avatar is nuts. Sandra Hammerslag and Diabetes and John Ostaines. And Genghis Khan was here. That's right, my buddy Genghis. So good to see all you guys. We're going to get out of here. Not a big fan of the show, but I actually enjoyed the movies. I did watch the show, but I couldn't get into it. Apollomy is here. Dude, we're ending the show right now. What the fuck, man? Anyway, good to see you. We were just talking about doing a Thursday show. We got to start doing that show again and talking about some of the great TV that's out there. People think there's no good TV. There is good modern TV, and there's also the great classic TVs available on Pluto, as well as Tubi. You can go there. The show, the FBI. Great show, man. Any actor coming up in the 60s and 70s, man, wanted to be on that show. It's even featured in the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because the main character was on the show. The show that he did in the movie is actually the show that Burt Reynolds did, which helped his career. So I thought that was pretty neat. Nice little homage. But that's it, guys. We're going to get out of here. Everybody have a great day, and we'll see you next time.
See you Monday.
Bye.
Take care.
Arrivederci. Amen.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
This episode is brought to you by Swan's Anal Cream.
Damon.